Hello and welcome to Shakesyear, coming to you from the fabulous, ever exotic Ludington, Michigan. I'm in a hotel, but I gotta do my Shakesyear anyway. So yesterday, if you'll remember, we had Mark Antony making an agreement with Octavius Caesar to marry Caesar's sister Octavia, to try to mend the fences between the two of them. And then they leave the scene, and Agrippa and Enobarbus and one other dude are left behind, and they are chatting, and they're chatting about how Antony first met Cleopatra, and given this first meeting, that it's rather unlikely that Antony will actually leave Cleopatra and marry Octavia, and or that Cleopatra won't be upset about this. So this is Enobarbus talking about the first time that Antony met, that's not what I wanted to do, that's not what I wanted to do either. Talking about the first time that Mark Antony met Cleopatra. This is a long one, and there's some interludes in the middle, but I didn't want to split this up into like 4 days worth of stuff, and the stuff that's in the middle is somebody saying like, oh, rare Egyptian. So we'll just skip over that, and we'll go with the Enobarbus part. When first she met Mark Antony, she pursed up his heart upon the river of Cydnus. I will tell you. The barge she sat in, like a burnished throne, burnt on the water. The poop was beaten gold, purple the sails, and so perfumed that the winds were lovesick with them. The oars were silver, which to the tune of flutes kept stroke, and made the water which they beat to follow faster, as amorous of their strokes. For her own person it beggared all description. She did lie in her pavilion, cloth of gold, of tissue, or picturing that Venus where we see the fancy outwork of nature. On each side her stood pretty dimpled boys like smiling cupids, with divers colored fans, whose wind did seem to glow the delicate cheeks which they did cool, and what they undid did. Her gentlewomen, like the Nereides, so many mermaids tended her in the eyes, and made their bends adornings. At the helm a seeming mermaid steers. The silken tackles swell with the touches of those flower-soft hands that yearly frame the office. From the barge, a strange invisible perfume hits the sense of the adjacent wharfs. The city cast her people out upon her, and Antony, enthroned in the marketplace, did sit alone, whistling to the air, which, but for vacancy, had gone to gaze on Cleopatra too, and made a gap in nature. Upon her landing, Antony sent to her, invited her to supper. She replied, it should be better he become her guest, which she entreated. Our courteous Antony, whom ne'er the word of no woman heard speak, being barbered 10 times over, goes to the feast, and for his ordinary pays his heart for what his eyes eat only. I saw her once hop 40 paces through the public street, and having lost her breath, she spoke and panted that she did make detect perfection, and breathless power breathe forth. And then the other dude says, yeah, but Antony has to leave Cleopatra because he's got to marry Octavia. And Enobarbus finishes up with, never, he will not. Age cannot wither her, nor custom stale her infinite variety. Other women cloy the appetites they feed, but she makes hungry where most she satisfies. For wildest things become themselves in her, that the holy priests bless her when she is riggish. So, yeah, everybody's doubtful that Mark Antony is going to be able to give up Cleopatra to go be with Octavia, even though politically that's what he needs to do because he's been neglecting Italy for too long. And then tomorrow we get to dig farther in and see what happens. And I'll still be in Ludington, Michigan. Yay, Ludington. Hi, anybody that happens to be watching from Ludington, Michigan. See, it's Michigan out there outside those curtains, and I'm in my lovely hotel room. And I will see you all tomorrow. Yeah.